The iPhone 17 lineup is closer than ever, with strong reports suggesting Apple will officially reveal the new models on September 9th. Every year, the launch of new iPhones brings excitement, but this time, one of the biggest questions people are asking is simple: how much will the new iPhones cost? Thanks to leaks and analyst reports, we now have a clear idea of what to expect, and it seems likely that Apple is preparing to raise prices across the lineup. Let's break everything down and see what's really going on. For several years now, Apple has done a pretty good job of keeping iPhone prices steady. For example, the iPhone 16 base model started at $799 for 128 gigabytes of storage, while the iPhone 16 Pro started at $999. Those prices were familiar and expected, but according to multiple new leaks, things are about to change. This year, Apple is planning to raise prices by around $50 across the board. Why the increase? There are a few reasons. First, Apple is adding meaningful upgrades that cost more to produce. Second, global tariffs and supply chain issues are driving up overall costs. And third, Apple's storage strategy is shifting, which could play a big role in the final price tags. One of the strongest rumors is that Apple may completely remove the 128 gigabyte storage option from the iPhone 17 Pro models. Instead, they might start at 256 gigabytes as the new base. This is exactly what Apple did with the iPhone 15 Pro Max back then. The iPhone 14 Pro Max launched at $1,099 for 128 gigabytes. But when Apple removed the option and made 256 gigabytes the base, the starting price jumped to $1,199, a full $100 more. If Apple repeats the same strategy this year, we could see the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max take a similar leap. So what could the actual prices look like? If the $50 increase turns out to be true, the standard iPhone 17 may start at $849, while the iPhone 17 Pro could begin at $1,049. The iPhone 17 Pro Max might rise to $1,199 or possibly even higher if storage changes push the base price up. But this year, there's also something new: the iPhone 17 Air. This model is expected to replace the Plus version, and it could become Apple's thinnest iPhone ever. The iPhone 16 Plus started at $899, so if Apple adds the $50 bump, the iPhone 17 Air might start at $949. However, because of its unique slim design, some analysts believe Apple could price it even higher, perhaps above $1,000. That would put it closer to Samsung's Galaxy S25 Edge, which starts at $1,099 for 256 gigabytes. If Apple follows that logic, the iPhone 17 Air could easily cross the $1,000 mark as well. Of course, everything depends on whether Apple increases the base storage of the non-Pro models. If the iPhone 17 and 17 Air remain at 128 gigabytes, the price hike may stay modest. But if Apple moves them up to 256 gigabytes as a standard, the jump in price will be much steeper. Now let's compare this with the competition. Samsung released the Galaxy S25 series earlier this year, and surprisingly, it didn't raise prices compared to the S24 lineup. The base S25 still starts at $799, the Plus at $999, and the Ultra at $1,299. Google is also expected to keep its Pixel 10 pricing steady, with only the Pixel 10 Pro XL rumored to cost $100 more because it may also drop the 128 gigabytes option. This shows a key difference. While Samsung and Google are keeping prices flat, Apple looks ready to move upward. But Apple is also packing in major upgrades that competitors don't necessarily match. For example, the standard iPhone 17 is finally getting a 120Hz refresh rate display. This is a feature users have been asking for years, and it will make scrolling, animations, and general use feel much smoother compared to the 60Hz screens on previous non-Pro iPhones. This one upgrade alone could help justify the price bump for many buyers. The iPhone 17 Pro models are also set for big camera upgrades. Reports suggest Apple is adding a new 48-megapixel periscope telephoto lens with up to 10x lossless zoom. That's a massive leap compared to the current 5x zoom on the iPhone 15 Pro Max. On top of that, we could see 8K video recording and a redesigned camera module. These features cost money to develop and produce, so it makes sense that Apple would reflect that in the price. Then there's the iPhone 17 Air. Its ultra-thin design could make it one of the most stylish iPhones Apple has ever made. Just like Samsung positioned its slim Galaxy S25 Edge as a premium option, Apple may do the same with the Air. That could mean a higher price tag to highlight its uniqueness. Now, while the numbers sound high, it's important to remember that most people don't pay the full price upfront. Carriers like AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile will likely offer monthly installment plans, trade-in discounts, and bundle deals. If your current iPhone is in good condition, trading it in could save you a big chunk of money, making the upgrade more affordable. So is the iPhone 17 lineup worth the higher prices? For many buyers, the answer will be yes. Between the smoother 120Hz display on the base model, the powerful new camera system on the Pro, and the sleek design of the Air, Apple is delivering meaningful upgrades. A $50 price bump feels almost unavoidable, but it also feels somewhat fair given what's being added. At the end of the day, we'll know for sure once Apple makes everything official on September 9th. Until then, all we can do is watch the leaks and prepare for what might be one of the most exciting iPhone launches in years. The iPhone 17 series won't be cheap, but it looks like Apple is making sure it brings enough upgrades to make the higher prices worth it.